Assalamualaikum. My name is Amirul Amin. I will talk about toxicology. Toxicology in ancient Greek language, which means poisonous. Toxicology is one of a branch in biology, chemistry, and medicine, which more specifically in pharmacological. Toxicology concerned with the study of the adverse effect of chemicals on living organism. Toxicology also studies the harmful effect of chemical, biological, and physical agent in biological system that starts a certain level of damage in living organism. The study of the toxicology also study of symptom, mechanism, treatment, and detection of poisonous, especially in living organisms such as people.
Pharmacology, or in Greek it's also known as pharmakon, which it means poison in classic Greek and drug in modern Greek. Pharmacology means study of the interaction that occur between a living organism and chemicals that affect normal or abnormal biochemical function. Drug can define as any man-made natural endogenous molecules which uses a biochemical or physiological effect on the cell, tissue, organ, and organism. Pharmacology is one of branch of medicine and biology concerned with the study of drug action. If substances have medicinal properties, they are considered as pharmaceutical. Thank you.
Toxicology potential evolution. What is toxicology? Toxicology is study of the harmful interaction between chemical and biological system. How to determine the toxicity of a chemical? The toxicity of a chemical can determine in three ways. Three way is epidemiology, in vivo, in vitro. Epidemiology with observing plant population exposed to a chemical. In vivo, place the chemical to plant under controlled condition and observing the effect. In vitro, exposing cell subcellular fraction of single cell organism to be chemical.
Next, we move to acute toxicity studies. It is determined the effect which occur within a short time after dosing. In single dose studies, adverse effect of a substance that result either from a single exposure or from multiple exposure, usually less than 24 hours. It is widely considered unethical to use humans as test subject for acute or chronic toxicity research. However, some information can be gained from investigating accidental human exposure, for example, like factory accident. Otherwise, most acute toxicity data come from animal testing or more recently in vitro testing methods and inference from data on a similar substance.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning to all of my gorgeous friends and our beloved lecturers, Madam Farah Amalina. Today I would like to discuss about chronic toxicity studies. Have you ever heard about toxics? We usually use the toxic term a lot to describe something that's dangerous in our life. For example, smoking can be toxic, and our relationships also can be toxic. But in this topic today, we define toxic as poisonous. Chronic toxicity studies is also known as a long-term toxicology. This study will be conducted in order to evaluate the cumulative toxicity of chemicals and to assess carcinogenic potentials. Chronic condition is a human disease that persistent in its effects. For example, disease is osteoporosis, asthma, AIDS, and cancer. This study will be involved experiment on rodents and non-rodents. Example of rodents that will be used is rats or mice, while example of non-rodent that we usually use on experiments are rabbits, rhesus monkey, and beagle dogs. In these experiments, rodents will be exposed to specific compound at least 12 months to 2 years, while for non-rodents, they will be exposed in 6 until 12 months. The test animals are observed for the same parameter as those on subchronic testing. Parameter here refers to the mortality, weight, change, and clinical pathological of all animals. Toxicity testing method that we use is postmortem analysis and carcinogenicity. Carcinogenicity here means where we determine the presence of tumors on test animal body.
Study. A medical term referring to the beginning of treatment earlier to determination of a strong diagnosis. Okay, ni istilah perubatan ni merujuk kepada permulaan rawatan lebih awal untuk menentukan diagnosis yang kuat. Then it may be those of as taking the initiative against an anticipated and likely cause of infectious disease. Ini dia mengatakan mungkin ini difikirkan sebagai mengambil inisiatif terhadap penyakit berjangkit. And then it is most often used when antibiotics are given to a person before the specific bacterium causing an infection is known. Ini yang paling kerap digunakan apabila antibiotik ni diberikan diberikan kepada seorang sebelum bakteria tertentu menyebabkan jangkitan yang diketahui. Okay, then example of case study. Example of this include antibiotic given urinary tract infection and suspected bacteria meningitis and newborn age 0 to 6 months. Okay, ni contoh dia termasuk bagi antibiotik yang diberikan jangkitan saluran kencing dan bakteria yang disyaki pada bayi yang baru lahir antara berusia 0 hingga 6 bulan. Okay, then empiric antibiotic are typically broad spectrum in that they treat both gram positive and gram negative bacteria. empirik biasanya spektrum luas kerana mereka merawat bakteria gram positif dan gram negatif. Okay, when more information is known case from a blood culture, treatment may be changed to a narrow spectrum antibiotic which more specifically target the bacteria known to be causing disease. Ini apabila lebih banyak maklumat yang diketahui seperti budaya darah, rawatan ini boleh diubah menjadi antibiotik spektrum yang lebih khusus bagi menselesaikan bakteria yang diketahui menyebabkan penyakit.
Empirical treatment, a medical treatment not derived from the scientific method, but derived from practical experience or observation, survey or common use. In the medical profession, the term is also used when treatment is started before a diagnosis is confirmed. Example is antibiotic. The most common reason is that investigations are sometimes needed in order to confirm a diagnosis, which take time, and a delay in treatment can harm the patient. Empirical
therapy. First, to save some time when treating patient with worse condition. Example, patient who are severely ill can become worse if doctor wait on treatment until testing confirm the diagnosis and determine which antibiotic is appropriate. Jika doktor mengambil masa untuk mengesahkan diagnosis, kemungkinan pesakit akan menjadi lebih teruk. Untuk mengelakkan situasi ini terjadi, doktor akan memberikan antibiotik kepada pesakit untuk sementara waktu. Next, the importance of empirical therapy is detailed diagnosis can be expensive and not always necessary. Example, a patient urinary tract infection, for example, may respond very well to broad spectrum antibiotic designed to target a number of organisms. The patient wouldn't need an expensive urine collection and culture to confirm the presence of infection and determine which drug to use. Dia menerangkan jangkitan saluran kencing pesakit may respond very well terhadap antibiotik. Pesakit sepatutnya tak perlu urine collection yang mahal untuk mengesahkan kehadiran jangkitan dan ubat yang digunakan.
Hi everyone, today I will talk about pharmacological profile. Define the activity as activity of the drug at the molecular, cellular, system, organ and wild organism level. Drug which act on the nervous system, heart, blood vessel, lung, gastrointestinal tract, kidneys, liver, reproductive organs, skin. Level of pharmacological profile has three: molecular level, cellular level, and system organism level.
Focus on how drugs work on a molecular basis. Compound recipe screens, receptor binding, affinity, other receptor, cell membranes, respective receptor. A molecular pharmacologist can find out how the drug attack the bacteria cause the infection. Number 2. How the bacteria develop antibiotic resistance. Lastly, how a drug company might develop a new antibiotic which target an antibiotic-resistant bacteria on the molecular level.
She's tried on everything, every little thing inside her closet, and she knows it's getting late, knows that I've been waiting.
Today I would like to talk about cellular level. Cellular level is a focus on how drug work on a cell function. Effects on cell function would be studies to determine whether the drug is an agonist, particle agonist, antagonist at the receptor. Isolate tissue, especially vascular smooth muscle, would be utilized to characterize the pharmacology activity and selectivity of the new compound in comparison with reference compound. It also comparison with other drug would be undertaken into other in vitro preparation such as gastrointestinal and bronchial smooth muscle.
Level of pharmacological profile for system organism level is to determine the effect of the drug on organ system and disease models. The effect of cell function will be studied to determine whether the drug is an agonist, partial agonist, and antagonist at the receptor. The agonist is drug which bind and produce pharmacological action. The partial agonist is bind but less action. The antagonist is bind but more action but block receptor. Cardiovascular and renal function study of all new drugs are generally first performed in normal animals. For a candidate anti-hypertensive drug, animals with hypertension would be treated to see if blood pressure was lowered in a dose-related manner and characterize the effect of the compound. Evidence will be collected on duration of action and efficacy following oral and parenteral